Take a close look at this image. This isn't a special effect from a sci-fi movie. This is a real photograph, taken 50 miles above a thunderstorm, right at the very edge of space. NASA calls this a transient luminous event, or a red sprite. It's a massive discharge of cold plasma that lasts for mere milliseconds. If you showed this photo to a modern atmospheric physicist, they'd talk all about nitrogen excitation and ionization. But what if you took a time machine, went back 2,700 years, and showed this exact same image to the prophet Isaiah? He wouldn't use the word plasma. He would fall to his knees and call it a seraph. Welcome to part 1 of the Seraphim Protocol. Today, we're going to explore a terrifying possibility, that the sky above your head isn't just atmosphere. It might be a computer server. To understand what an angel actually is, we have to stop thinking about religion for a moment and start thinking about quantum physics. Back in 1989, the legendary physicist John Archibald Wheeler, the same man who coined the term black hole, proposed a radical new way to look at reality. He called it from bit. Wheeler argued that the physical world, the it, isn't fundamental. Instead, he proposed that every particle, every field of force, even space-time itself, gets its function and meaning from binary yes or no answers. From information, from bits. In Wheeler's view, the universe isn't made of matter, it's made of information. Reality is, essentially, software running on some kind of cosmic substrate. Now, let's bring theology back into this digital framework. The Hebrew word for angel is Malakh. It literally translates to messenger. In a universe made of information, a messenger isn't a person with wings. A messenger is a data packet. It's a burst of code sent from the source to the local system. So, if a high-level data packet, an entity of pure information and energy, were to force its way into our dense, physical atmosphere, what would that look like? It probably wouldn't look like a man in a white robe. It would look like a violent interaction between software and hardware. Isaiah chapter 6 describes the highest order of angels, the Seraphim. The word seraph in Hebrew means the burning one, or fiery serpent. They're described as having 6 wings, 2 covering the face, 2 covering the feet, and 2 for flying. They dwell at the very top of the celestial hierarchy. Now, look up at the mesosphere. This is the highest layer of our atmosphere before the vacuum of space. This is where red sprites live. They are gigantic columns of red light that reach down toward the Earth and branch up toward the stars. They look like abstract wings. They are violent, massive, and they literally burn the sky. Here's the theory. The red sprite isn't the angel itself. It's the thermal footprint of the angel. When a seraph, an administrator-level process, enters the server we call Earth, the friction of that pure information colliding with our physical reality generates heat. It ionizes the air. It creates a burst of plasma. What we're seeing is the heat of a processor running a very heavy script. The burning ones are literally burning their way through the atmosphere to deliver a command. But if the seraphim are the fire that writes the code, who checks the code? Who watches the simulation to make sure it doesn't crash? The Bible describes another class of angels, wheels within wheels, covered in eyes, beings that defy gravity and pass through walls. Science calls them anomalies. Theology calls them Ophanim. We call them the Watchers. Join us in part 2. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.